After a brief disappearing act that we thought would spell the end for the Land Cruiser on our shores, Toyota's iconic off-roader returned last year with renewed purpose. Now motivated by a four-cylinder hybrid powertrain good for a combined 326 horsepower, it shares its bones with the Lexus GX and has been downsized slightly, losing its third row in the process. The LC's newfound tidiness puts it in line with other legendary trail experts, such as the Ford Bronco and the Jeep Wrangler. The Land Cruiser has been reworked and modernized inside and out, packing the latest Toyota infotainment tech and plenty of driver aids, while retaining a serious four-wheel drive system and plenty of nods to LC history, including the base model's round headlights. There's also a new 4Runner for 2025 that's slightly smaller than the LC, while the Tundra Bay Sequoia occupies the top rung of Toyota's expansive SUV ladder. So, let's decode this power-packed SUV. This is Parth, and you are watching MotorNation. Starting up with what's new for 2025. Aside from the removal of the first edition model offered for 2024, there are no changes to the Land Cruiser lineup. Moving on to the engine, transmission, and performance. Given that this is an entirely modernized and smaller generation of the Land Cruiser, Toyota has elected to install a hybrid powertrain in place of a naturally aspirated V8 engine. A turbocharged 2.4-liter four-cylinder is assisted by two electric motors to make 326 horsepower. If this setup sounds familiar, that's because it's similar to the powertrain offered in the Toyota Tacoma. All Land Cruisers come with an 8-speed automatic transmission and a four-wheel drive system featuring a locking center differential, low-range gearing, a crawl control system, and hill descent control. In our test drive, we found that the hybrid powertrain provides good torque, but noticed that the boost from the electric motors is inconsistent due to the small battery pack. The Land Cruiser provides a smooth ride on the road and is significantly quieter than vehicles like the Ford Bronco and Jeep Wrangler. The Land Cruiser is designed like a truck, which means you might experience a bit more body roll in corners. However, it handles smoothly and effectively absorbs bumps, keeping occupants comfortable. Staying true to its legacy, the Land Cruiser performs well both on and off-road, making it enjoyable for rock-crawling adventures. In testing, the Land Cruiser First Edition got to 60 miles per hour in 7.7 seconds. That's significantly slower than the V6-powered Lexus GX 550, which posted a 6.3-second time. The Land Cruiser's max tow rating is 6,000 pounds when properly equipped. The Bronco maxes out at 3,500 pounds, and the standard Wrangler can tow 2,000 pounds. Although the 4xe is rated for 3,500 pounds, and the Rubicon and Rubicon X trims are rated for 5,000. Talking about the fuel economy, the Land Cruiser's EPA ratings sit at 23 miles per gallon combined, 22 miles per gallon city, and 25 miles per gallon highway. Those numbers are significantly better than what the previous generation V8 model offered. Moving on to the interior, comfort, and cargo. Unlike the previous generation Land Cruiser, this new one is strictly a two-row, five-seat SUV. Toyota has downsized the Cruiser's body this time around, putting it into contention with mid-size rivals such as the Ford Bronco and the Jeep Wrangler, rather than full-size SUVs such as the Chevrolet Tahoe and the Ford Expedition. While the base 1958 trim does without many of the other trim's luxuries, it still offers niceties such as heated seats, a heated steering wheel, and a 6-speaker stereo. The other trim, simply called Land Cruiser, has a more deluxe cabin that includes ventilated seats, a 10-speaker stereo, and available leather upholstery. All Land Cruisers come with Toyota's excellent infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but the base 1958 trim makes do with a rather dinky 8.0-inch display. The top trim gets a much larger 12.3-inch touchscreen. USB-C charging ports and a wireless smartphone charging pad are standard fare, but but you'll have to pay extra for onboard Wi-Fi or the available 14-speaker JBL stereo system. Like most of Toyota's new models, the Land Cruiser is equipped with a generous list of standard driver assistance features. Bundled together in a suite called Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, you'll find lane departure warning, automatic high-beam headlamps, and adaptive cruise control alongside expected systems such as automated emergency braking. And finally, coming to the pricing, the price of the 2025 Toyota Land Cruiser starts at $57,900 and goes up to $63,900 depending on the trim and options. Though the base 1958 model's classic round headlights are tempting, we think the Land Cruiser trim is the one to go for, as it adds ventilated front seats, a 10-speaker stereo system, a larger 12.3-inch infotainment display, and wider all-terrain tires, among other items. So, that's all about the 2025 Toyota Land Cruiser. This is Parth signing off. And do let me know your thoughts on this big baby from Toyota in the comment section below. If you love the content, do consider giving it a thumbs up. In the end, do subscribe to our channel so you never miss our content.